Good morning, Card Community. It's RJ, and it is time for the Sunday Trivia Recap. Hooray! Loud cheers, applause, fireworks going off, mass hysteria in the streets, riots, people burning school buses. Don't want to say cop cars, that's rude. And all kinds of other insanity ensuing in the world. And yet we still have fantastic, amazing opportunity, and we still have time for some awesome trivia and fantastic prizes. So let's get to it. So, on Monday, the question I asked was which player won the MVP award while hitting the lowest batting average of the season? So, um, let me put it this way: who had the lowest batting average in the season in which they won the MVP award? So the MVP award, I said for the modern MVP. No, they've been giving some form of MVP award off and on since baseball began. But the MVP award we know now began in 1931. In 1931, they gave an award in both the American League and the National League, actually. So they started right away with the MVP award, giving out two, one for each league. So since 1931, then, which player won the MVP award but had a lower batting average in that season than any other MVP award winner? Now, I said position player only because there have been MVP award winners who were pitchers, and it would be appropriate to count them among the question. So I said position players only. Now, um, it was interesting because there are two players up for that award, and I'll put it this way: Marty Marion won the MVP in 1944. Shohei won it just a couple years ago. Now, which one had the lowering batting average? The answer is Shohei. Shohei hit 257 when he won the MVP award. But the question is, does he qualify as a position player or a pitcher? Marty Marion hit 267 in his MVP season. 1944, if you see on the back, he hit 267. Now, in truth, when you look at the stats, Shohei played in 155 games during his MVP award. So, no, Shohei does qualify. Shohei is the MVP award winner with the lowest batting average in the season in which he won the MVP. That is your answer. So, the individuals on the screen here were kind enough to submit a guess for that. I will scroll down, pause a moment so you can see that your name is on here if you did, in fact, send in the answer. And again, I apologize if I missed anybody. I am doing this by myself, scrolling through all my emails to make sure I didn't miss anybody. These were the individuals who are up for the running. For what? For this awesome Mike Schmidt Donruss Studio of 2005, the portrait version, one of the many, many variations of this card. It is numbered to 40. It is the Zenith Sepia Black and White variation. Again, there are 56 different variations of this card that exist. This is the Zenith Sepia Black and White version. So that is your prize. Again, the individuals up here were kind enough to submit a guess. We will shuffle once and spin. You must hit 3 times on my channel in order to win. I do that because not a lot of people participate in my trivia questions, and this helps draw out a little bit more suspense. So here we go. Good luck to everyone. So this should be, I think I reset my thing to make it a little quicker again. You don't really need a lot of spinning. You just want to get to the answer who won. So I got to make sure I keep track of the bottom guys. So we got two people who've hit so far, but you got to hit 3. So, all right. So how was your week? I had a good week. Busy at the office, getting things done. I got a project going out right after Labor Day, so trying to get that thing wrapped up. Did get to go to a baseball game Friday night with my daughter. My daughter is 17 now, but she still loves going to the Phillies game with me once in a while, which I love a lot. There we go. Okay, she actually she's only 16. I don't know. Anyway, we got down to the stadium, and I did tell a couple stories. I filmed my videos for the upcoming week. I always film my videos on Saturday morning and release them throughout the week. So I filmed a couple videos and told a couple stories. Um, we got good seats this time because it's funny. It's There were a couple seats I tried to. Oh, that was Tommy Markle got three. Sorry for this spin. Tommy Markle already got three. Yeah, Tommy Markle already got three there. So Tommy Markwell, Tommy, you are the winner. Congrats to you, sir. You will be receiving this Mike Schmidt card in the near future. Congrats again. Moving on to Wednesday. All right, so Wednesday, in keeping with the award winner and poor performances, I said, which pitcher had the highest ERA in a season in which he won the Cy Young Award? Now, I didn't look it up before I asked the question. I just thought it was a similar question to Monday. Pretty cool question to ask. I got a lot of answers. I didn't know who was right or wrong, but several people were claiming the same person, and that was in fact the correct answer. I assumed it was going to be an ERA that was north of 4. I believed there would be a pitcher who had an ERA over 4 but still won the Cy Young Award. That was not the case. The answer is Lamar Hoyt. Now, if you were a baseball person, you know Lamar Hoyt had a great season for the White Sox. That's about all you remember about Lamar Hoyt. So if you look here, Lamar Hoyt won the MVP, the Cy Young in 1983. This is one of his Fleer box set cards. And if you look at his ERA, well, his record that year was 24-10. His ERA was 3.66. So on the strength of his record and winning 24 games, I'm sure that's why he got the Cy Young Award. And if I remember correctly, in '83, '83, the World Series in '83 was the Orioles versus the Phillies, and the Phillies lost. Grr. But I believe the White Sox made it to the playoffs that year. I believe they were the Western Division person in the playoffs. Don't quote me on that. I do not recall as I'm sitting here, but that might have been another reason he got a nod, because he helped the White Sox to get to the playoffs in '83. So that is your answer. Most people did say Lamar Hoyt. So the prize you are playing for is this odd Scott Rowland card. Again, I don't know anything about the card. I don't know. It says it's a Pacific Trading Card release from 2000, but I don't know the set or anything about where you got this. If it came in a pack, a set, a separate box release, don't know anything about it. Just this cool Scott Rowland card, newest Hall of Famer. Figured that'd be a great prize, so that's what you're shooting for here. Everybody up on the screen was kind enough to provide a guess. Tommy Markwell, though you are out, you cannot win but once on my channel. So this is a list of the players who provided a guess. I'm going to pause here for a second because I'm going to go back to Monday. I haven't done anything on Wednesday, but I want to go back to Monday because one of the things I like to do is when I see a new person throw out an answer or participate in my contest, I want to shout them out. And I forgot to do so earlier, but there was an individual named The Vintage Composer on Monday who was kind enough to send out a guess. So check out The Vintage Composer's channel. Give him a little love. Say thank you for joining RJ's contest. And I thank you myself very muchly. And I say that because it occurred to me that even on Wednesday, I had a new participant, a channel called Red 3. Love the name because in my mind, Red 3 is similar to Red 5 or one of the call signs of a Star Wars TIE fighter in one of the Star Wars movies, Red 3. So Red 3, I want to congratulate or thank him for joining my trivia question today and going for that Scott Rowland thing. So here we are. We will shuffle once again and spin. You got to hit 3 times on my channel. So good luck to everybody here. So you got to the ballpark on Friday night down to see the Phillies. They beat the Cardinals, beating handily 7-2. Then this being Sunday, yesterday they played again. They spanked the Cardinals 12-1. So Phillies are doing very well. I don't think there's any chance they don't make the playoffs. So good time to be a Phillies fan right now. Anyway, I was trying to buy tickets in good seats. I was going to splurge a little bit, and there was a number of different places to buy tickets. Still, with good seats, I could have got one like in the stands, in the lower level stands, right behind home plate. But they were a little pricey, so I looked at some other places, and I thought I found one right up against the rail in the outfield. And there were 3 seats. I just wanted 2, so I clicked on that and said, I just want this. And it wouldn't let me buy the 2 seats. The online app would not let me purchase 2 seats because apparently there's something in the programming. You cannot isolate a single. Oh, Lisa Z, 1, 2, 3. All right. So, congrats to Lisa. Lisa, you're going to get this cool little Scott Rowland card. I know you like your shine. The king and the diamond, the K and the diamonds are a little foil, so you get a little shiny shine there, even Scott Rowland's name. But this is just a really oddball card. I don't even know what the heck it is, but that's coming your way, Lisa, so congrats to you on that. Moving on to Friday. Friday, 2-part question. I said, name for me any player who ever won Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same season, and name for me any player who won the Rookie of the Year and Cy Young Award in the same season. All right, that was my ask of you all. Now the answer is for the MVP. Most people knew this was a very common question in a lot of trivia things. The first person to do it was Fred Lynn back in 1975. Here he is with a Fleer box set card from his days with the Orioles. Played with the Tigers and Padres too, I know. The other person who did it more recently, and rightly so, was Ichiro. This is his Fleer 2000 card, I believe, or 2001, is it? No, it's his 2002 Fleer card. But Ichiro did it back in 2000. He came on 2001. We're talking about my butt. 2001. Ichiro won the MVP and Rookie of the Year. Of course, he was already a seasoned baseball star at the time, having come over from Japan. But these 2 individuals both won MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same season. Only one person achieved that feat as a pitcher. That person was Fernando. Fernando Mania swept the country back in 1981. 1981, Fernando, take a look at the back of his card. This is another Fleer box set. He went 13-7, which seems like a really low win total, but you have to remember that was the strike season as well, so half the season was lost. Well, a third of the season, I should say, was lost to the strike. But Fernando was able to take home a Cy Young Award for that performance. And he won Rookie of the Year in doing so. So that was your answer. What you are playing for are 2 Hall of Famer Donruss, what they call pop-ups. These are cards that were randomly inserted into the 3x5 All-Star cards that Donruss put out in the mid-'80s. So these were you'd get like a pack of like 8 of those 3x5 All-Star cards, and one of these pop-ups was randomly inserted into it. There's one from the 85 All-Star game and one from the 86 All-Star game. So that's your prize. Again, everybody up here, we're going to shuffle once. Everybody up on the screen was kind enough to throw out a guess for Friday. Shuffle once. Lisa Z, you are out. You cannot win but once on my channel. Tommy Markwell, good shuffle. Tommy Markwell, you are out. You cannot win but once on my channel. The rest of the individuals here, I just leave it down here, were kind enough to send out a guess. Pretty much everybody else on the channel has often submitted a thing. Shout out to DS Sports for coming back. They've been here a couple times throwing out guesses, so thanks to you for showing up again. We've shuffled already. We'll spin, and someone's got to hit 3 times, so good luck to everybody on this one. So yeah, I couldn't buy 2 tickets in a row if it was going to block out a single seat. I couldn't do it. and I really, really wanted the seats. So I bought all three. It wasn't too expensive, but I bought all three seats. Um, and we had a great time at the ballpark. We actually stayed for the whole game this time. Now, it's not like I always, if it's just me or, friends, I always stay for the full game. But a lot of times when my daughter and I would go, um, not that she didn't want to stay, it's just that we would get to the stadium. We always used to like to go to the restaurant in the stadium. There was a restaurant out in the outfield. When they first built Citizens Bank Park, they put a little outside restaurant called Harry the K's. It was under an overhang, but you'd sit right there out in left field and you could see the whole game from your restaurant seats. Mary Berry coming on quick. And we would do that. And then they moved the restaurant indoors, so it's no longer, you can no longer see the game when you're eating. There's TVs all over the place, so you can um, watch the game, but you can't see it live, which was a pain in the butt. That's 3 for Mary Berry. Yeah, it is. All right, so congrats, Barry. I don't remember if I have your contact information. I think I do, but if I don't, I'll reach out to you via email to get it. So you got this one. These 2 great cards. Congrats to everybody on that one. Just to finish up my story, yeah. So we can't sit and eat anymore. So this time though, we took a break in the 3rd inning, or in the 4th inning. We took the 4th inning off. Might have been a couple innings. So we toured the ballpark, got some souvenirs, got some food, came back, and we stayed the rest of the day and watched the whole game. And I like to sit there. I like to sit as long as I can in the stadium. I don't like to be rushed because I hate getting into the mass of crowd trying to leave the stadium, and then I hate sitting in my dang car for like 2 hours trying to get out. So I will literally, as long as possible, I'll sit in my seats in the stadium. It used to be okay, back when I was younger, back in the '90s, you could sit there for almost forever. They wouldn't kick you out. Now, you got like 10 minutes to get the heck out of there before they come down there and drag your ass out. I mean, it's bad. But so I stayed there in the stadium as long as I could. And when they finally kicked us out, we sat in the car for about an hour as we just watched the cars snake through. They're bumper to bumper, and they stayed that way for a long time. And then finally we got in line and left. So, but it was it's been the first time in a while we actually stayed till the end of the game, which I was thrilled with. So, anyway, that's all I have for you today. I got a lot of great trivia prizes coming up next week. A lot of cool things. In fact, on Friday, I got a PSA reveal. Good and bad. Most PSA reveals are good and bad if you've watched enough of them. So that's coming up on Friday. But, Monday and Wednesday are still great stuff. And again, there's always a great trivia question, a great prize. So please come back for that. So appreciate you stopping by. If you like what you saw, like what you heard, please consider subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. I greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate the support because I try my best to support everybody else in this great card community best I can. So yes, thank you one more time, and I hope to see you next week. So have a great weekend. Take care.